So what is a hormone? What is a hormone? Well, a hormone is a chemical that is dumped, for lack of a better word, dumped into the blood that acts on a distant target. So that is what a hormone is. So hormones this is our blood vessel. Then a hormone is dumped into the blood. And it circulates throughout the body, and any cell that it runs into that has a receptor will be affected by it. So here's my cells. Here's my tissue cells here. Little nucleus there. And let's say that this cell has a receptor. Okay, and let's say this cell has a receptor. So as this hormone flows by, it will go and bind to these receptors. If this cell does not have a receptor, the hormone just goes right on by. Okay, doesn't do anything to it. Okay, so it's specific in that the hormone itself has to link to a receptor on the cell, so it will ignore a cell that doesn't have a receptor. So in that way, it's kind of specific, but it's general in that it will affect any cell that has a receptor for it. Okay, so if you think about the nervous system, if you've got a neuron here, and here's my little axon, and here's my axon terminals here, okay, and here's my little feet on my axon terminal, and the axon terminal will affect whatever cell. Okay, it'll release, remember, that there's a chemical component to this, and that it will release neurotransmitter. Okay, but this neurotransmitter only affects this cell. It doesn't come over and affect this cell. This neurotransmitter affects this cell. Okay, where up here, this hormone is going to affect any cell, all cells that have the receptor. Okay, so this is just a lot more specific. Okay, this is more general in that it will affect any cell that has that receptor. Okay, so what happens once this occurs, once this hormone links to the receptor? Well, it does some things, whatever, inside the cell, and it causes some kind of response or reaction. Okay, so the action of it depends on the hormone type. Okay, so there are 3 types of hormones. There are steroid hormones. There are amine hormones, amino acid hormones, and there are peptide hormones. And again, their action depends on their type. Okay, so the next video that you're going to see is, the first one anyway, is going to be on steroid hormones and how they work. And then we'll talk about amino acid hormones and peptide hormones and their action.